I think for me, the worst thing about coming out was dismissal. I think around 8th grade was when I first started to, kind of wonder about what was going on. I'd be walking around school or something. I'd be like, wow, I like girls, but boys are pretty nice too. And I brought it up to my brother at one point, which is surprising because him and I, for a long time, didn't have a great relationship. And I brought it up to my brother, and he dismissed me. He was like, "It's just a phase, man. It's nothing. You're not bisexual." I was like, oh, "All right, man, if you say so." And then around junior year of high school was when I started thinking about it again. With the help of one of my friends, I kind of was like, "Yeah, that's not a phase. That's definitely not a phase." And that was something that I never got any stress out of. I never felt uncomfortable about that. I was like, yeah, I just won't tell anybody. Like, that's just how I am. And when I finally did end up deciding to tell a few people that I felt comfortable with, they were fine with it. It was when it came to my family that I got worried. I only just recently actually told my family. My mother was fine with it. My brother was all right with it. He didn't say anything. He said, he threatened to beat up anybody who gave me any crap about being bisexual or anything like that. But it was actually, this time it was my dad that actually gave me trouble, so to speak. He said I was confused, and that kind of ticked me off. I think I said something to him. I don't remember what it was, but I definitely made a comment about that to him. Because at this point I definitely know that I'm bisexual. It kind of pissed me off to have somebody tell you that what you know about yourself is not true. There's no way that could possibly be true. It's easy for them to dismiss. You don't know that. Like, I know that. I am who I am. I spent 6 years finding these things out about myself, and you can't just tell me that because you don't want to have to deal with that reality of it, that it's a phase, or that I'm confused or something. That was problematic, and that bothered me for a long time, that he would say something like that. And a lot of my family is very conservative, so like my grandparents or anything, I haven't told them yet. And I guess some people argue that if everybody doesn't know, then you're not officially out. And I'd like to think I am, because I am openly bisexual. I came out to my class this summer, and if anybody who's meeting me for the first time, if there's no reason to insert it in the conversation, then I won't bring it up. But I'm not shy about making comments that might suggest that I was anything other than heterosexual. But it's just hard to tell family. I think that's the people you look for acceptance from, and to have somebody that you look up to, or that's cared for you your entire life, tell you that something that's been a hurdle for you to overcome is it's a phase, or is you're confused, is what any other interactions that were bad in the coming out process, I wouldn't, other than with my family. No, I haven't received any sort of negative attention or anything from any classmates, any other students. I think particularly here, I think that's something that wouldn't happen, probably even more so than at other schools. But I think it's only with my family that I really was nervous about telling them that I really received any sort of flack about it. I still think I still think my brother doesn't quite buy it. He just doesn't seem to. How do I put it? He still kind of dismisses it a little bit, and that bothers me. But I don't know if I have the energy to correct him every time he wants to be dismissive about it. Coming to terms with it wasn't something I had like a problem with, I would say. It was, I don't know, I didn't struggle with, I wasn't like, oh, this is something that I'm having this inner struggle about, is whether or not I am, or like, of course it was like something that I was trying to figure out, but it wasn't something that I looked negatively upon. It was more telling people, or people finding out. I had a friend in middle school who was openly out, and she actually got beat up by a couple of kids from school on the way home, on her walk home from school one time, because of it. And it just made me nervous to have to tell other people. And I think that was what bothered me, was that, I finally got up the courage to tell some people, and they were still telling me that I was confused, telling me, what I was feeling, rather than accepting that I know what I'm feeling better than somebody else does.